Hey guys, how y'all doing out there? Time for another tutorial from Avid Studio Pro. Today I'm doing a tutorial on getting your Action Essential files into Avid Studio. Been getting a lot of questions about how to get these files in Avid Studio. And a lot of people saying that the files aren't compatible. They're all upset about it. They see some of my tutorials like the Hancock effect. And they're like, how did you get those files in there? Well, here's how I did it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's going to cost you a little bit of money. Or you can get yourself a free video file converter and try those out, see if they work. But I went ahead and spent a little bit of cash to do it. And all of my files come over easily, headache-free, and I don't have to worry about anything ever. So, there it is. Alright, so here we go with Action Essentials files. You'll see a whole bunch of these files in here. There's all type of different files. These are just the categories. And then in each category, you got a bunch of files. And all of these are MOV files. Well, this one has the Windows Player logo on it, meaning it's going to play in the Windows Media Player. The other ones don't. If I try to play one of these, get a nice little error. Try to play this, you see blood. It's a blood splat. Well, basically what I did was I converted the files to a MOV file that is usable by Avid Studio. Some MOV files cannot be used in some programs and some can. There are a bunch of different types of MOV files out there. So you got to determine which type of MOV file you're dealing with and then switch it. So here's how you see what type of file it is. You open up one of these files in QuickTime. So you see the file here, open up, and if I play, you see the blood splat. Now in order to find out what type of file it is, you just click on Window, and then you go to Show Movie Inspector, and it tells you that the source, where it comes from, it's an MOV, but it tells you the format. The format is PNG. Now, you got to know what type of files Avid Studio works with, so if you want to know, I suggest you go here, click on Specifications on the Avid Studio site, and then go to Import Formats. QuickTime. It takes the MOV, the .mov files that are compression files of DV, MJPEG, MPEG-4, and H.264. That's it. If it's not one of those four types, it won't work if it's an MOV file. If it's a different type of MOV file, it's not going to work. Simple. So, you say, well, how the heck do you get these things to, convert over? Well, the way that I did it is I actually went to the Apple site and I went ahead and paid. I gave up the $30. I paid the $30. I did it. But in the long run, all those files you saw for Action Essentials for $30 to convert them all and know I can use them, I'm not sweating it. I'm going to spend the $30. And I went ahead and got a QuickTime 7 Pro. It costs $30. If you click on Buy for Windows or Mac, whatever, it's $29.99. You download it, pay for it, you're done. Now, once you get on your computer, if you have a file that's open in the QuickTime player, all you need to do is click on File and then click on Export. What you do is going to ask you where to save the file. If I were to save it, I'm not going to save it. But if I were, I'd put it, of course, with the other blood splats on here. And then you have the export options down here. So you can save it to an AVI, you can save it to a thing for iPhone, iPod, an MPEG-4, and you can save it to movie to QuickTime movie. Now, what that means is just telling you that, hey, you can change it to a different type of compression format. The type that it'll save it to is H.264. So I always use this one, movie to movie QuickTime. If you click on options, you'll see that the compression format is H.264. So I could go to settings and I can say, hey, I don't want to do that one. I want to do MPEG-4. Or I want to do DV for NTSC. I can change it to whatever type of compression format I want by just clicking on the settings button here. Now I'm going to click OK because I'm going to leave it as a H.264. I click on save and it will save it into the location on your computer. Easy. You got it? Good. Now, I'm looking at my muzzle flashes here, and I can see one that's playable here. All of these have not been converted yet. I just convert them as I go, as I need them. So this one I did convert before. And if I go ahead and click on display information on here, you'll see the path to get to it. And you see, yes, it's still a MOV file. It's just a H. The compression format is different. And it's a compression format. Right here is the codec for it that Avid Studio can work with. So I'm good to go. Also, got my blood here. Drag this down. So I just want to play with this a little bit. I'll just play with it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and right click on it. Open Effects Editor. I'm going to go to Keys. Luma key. I'm going to go to Show Media and Tracks Below. And I'm going to go to my settings. And there's our blood. So I want to just make a few adjustments to this. Get this black out of here. And then I could just click on this 2D Editor Advanced. And I'm going to change it to no preset. And I'll move it to where I want. And bring the size down, because this is not one of those crazy movies. Quentin Tarantino, blood squirting everywhere. And you just get it where you want to. Dagnabbit. It'll look beautiful when you're done. So of course I haven't done any lighting or anything on any of these. They just are what they are, but there goes the blood splatter. And I haven't done any lighting or anything on this one either, but here's the Action Essentials muzzle flash. There you go. Files working in Avid Studio. Quick and easy to do, no problem.